You're listening to Good Lord Jonathan. Now, this same judiciary, now everybody take for mouth. Yet, we still dey use and dey play for this country. Here wetin Jonathan dey talk about the implication of judiciary when not this serious, when not fit uphold. In short, according to wetin Jonathan dey talk, he dey talk say some of the say the way some democracy be now, say even military regime dey better pass them because the level of, in short, I no wan talk too much. Listen to them by yourself. Make you hear wetin dey talk. Watch the video, make share am. I hope say the Supreme Court justices where they look for technicalities for every corner. I hope man not talk too much.
Geared towards promoting peace and progress in our continent. I'm delighted that all those who spoke before me have set the tone and established the background for this important retreat of special envoys and high officials from Africa's regional economic communities on constitutional transition and on constitutional changes of government. While I agree with all that have already been said, I would like to add my voice to the critical points that have been raised by previous speakers. First, the theme of this second annual retreat is timely, given the pace of rising insecurity, mounting social tension, and the number of constitutional transitions and unconstitutional changes of government that we are facing in Africa today. Only 2 days ago, there was the inaugural Lome Peace and Security Forum, which focused on responses to unconstitutional changes of government, ongoing political transitions, democracy, and good governance in Africa. This morning, as we are also here in Abuja, another dialogue on the same topic is starting in Accra, Ghana. These dialogues and workshops demonstrate the importance of Africans attached to the imperative of resolving the issues and challenges relating to the strengthening of democratic governance on the continent. What we were expecting from this retreat are concrete and actionable recommendations to respond to a sustainable and inclusive manner to these complex situations. The issue of inclusivity is not new for us in the ECOWAS region. We started to think about it in 2019 when we explored ways of improving the convergence principle mentioned in the protocol on democracy and good governance. I have always said that there is a strong connection between democracy and development, hence the need to deepen democracy, make it more inclusive, and strengthen the institutions of governance towards building a stable and prosperous society. I do not want to preempt the debate, which all of us will be involved. But for me, a dialogue on inclusivity should explore the process through which regional economic communities and special envoys are responding to constitutional transitions and unconstitutional changes of government, and the need to strengthen structures for credible elections, peace, mediations, and good governance. Another issue to be explored is the monitoring of these responses to the crisis and the adaptability with the rapid changing context in countries affected due to the several reasons, including security, climate change, and humanitarian challenges. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by saying that there are a lot of expectations on outcomes from the retreat. In Africa, democracy is currently facing many challenges, and of course, the Secretary General of the International Ideas enumerated and promised that there will be a publication very soon. I know all of us will want to read that publication because the global analysis appears sad but also interesting. Because of we must look at issues of coup d'etat, citizen disenchantment, rising insecurity, and tough economic situations for which special panels like this one is expected to interrogate and provide solutions. Given the high level of participation to this meeting, when I look at the faces here, like Chambers and others, these are gurus in this sector. I'm sure that we can achieve the objective of having a transformational meeting. And I always say that for us to move forward, key political leaders need to be involved. Sometimes these conversations are very brilliant, but how do we make sure it works? It's like the debate between having strong institutions in countries or having a strong man. And I always say you need both. No matter how strong the institutions are, if you have some kind of character, they trample on the institutions and cause chaos in the society, and they will not give a damn. So you need somebody who meant well for the people, who can make the strong institutions to work. Otherwise, yes, you could have institutions, but they will wobble. There will be crisis, because there will be two forces jamming: the forces of executive president and the forces of head of an institution. The head of institution cannot stand the force of the president, especially in African countries. Maybe in America, yes, because democracy has consolidated there, but not yet here. Here, we are still toddling. So I believe that we need to select leaders who will respect their laws of the country. And that is the key thing. If our leaders, our presidents, prime ministers, the parliament, and the judiciary can respect our laws, then 70% of the problem will be solved. So international ideas and your partners, I think this conversation, think about how you can bring all the presidents of Africa and key political leaders to sit somewhere and take certain decisions, not just when we go to Addis Ababa to discuss certain international political issues, but they must think about how we can bring inclusivity in our governance process. There's always this issue whether the military or the civilians are doing better. Sometimes the military are even more inclusive, because sometimes the civilian governments are more divided. They patronize more people that do not represent 10% of the population. The military tend to spread their appointments even better than civilian government, the sub-civilian governments. So my feeling is that we need political leaders, especially serving political leaders, key political actors in this continent need to interrogate this subject. On that note, I wish all of us a very fruitful deliberations. Thank you all.
It is very, very unhealthy for any nation we won't grow. Make them they busy. They look for way to they please some certain individual. If you put the interest of one man ahead of the entire country, then it means you don't mean well for the country. A country of 200 and something million population, you can't do anything. As you are alive, as you have the opportunity, you cannot do anything for the sake of that country. You can be bent because of money to please the interest of one man over the interest of 200 and something million people. Then it means you have problem. And you know, a lot of people don't know the implication of all these things, because basically they feel it's all about what the person can do or whatsoever. Like Peter Obi said something one day. He said, we cannot come in through the window and decide they want to clean the house. If you want to clean the house, come through the door. Because if you come through the window to clean the house, you've already desecrated the house itself before even cleaning it by breaking in through the window. So it then means that whether you are going to even do the job, you should at least come clean. It should be a thing of honor for our people to be taught that doing things the right way is better than doing things even more than those that will do it in the right way, or better than those that will do it in the right way. Even if you are a genius, you should do it. You should follow the due process. Don't maneuver, don't beat the queue. Follow due process. It is much more honorable. But you know, our society, the society we live in, we encourage people, even if they steal, you know, a country where people they do all sorts of things and make money, and we praise them, we give them titles, we know, both in the church, in the communities. So what do you expect? They don't care. You see someone who is hustling, makes little money and comes home, they don't regard those people. But those who go to do all manner of things to make money, they give them titles. So this is the kind of country we live in, and that is why we will continue to have this kind of problem. We appreciate evil, we appreciate criminality, we appreciate and reward them. That is why this country will hardly move forward. But I don't know what else do I know. Let's just keep watching how this country keep moving. But all I can tell you is that I am going to be one of those that will never be affected by whatever they want to do, because I've already imagined the whole problem in my mind and I'm already living in the problem. So I'm not going to be surprised by whatever they do. If they like, they should set the whole place on fire. I don't care. I'm already living in the fire. So, but I pray that we get to that point when people will be able to in short, it's okay.